If and when I have a son, these will be the 15 laws that I will pass down to him and hope that he will live by. Because bro, over the last 10 years, I've been on this journey of self-improvement, and I've had to fight for every ounce of growth that I've realized with my finances, in my dating life, with my body, with my mindset. And during those 10 years, which is a long time, I had to go through so much failure, rejection, embarrassment, self-doubt, and that's why I created these laws. These will allow you, and hopefully my future child, to reach your goals in far less time than it took me and with far less pain. And make sure you watch all the way to the end, because if you mess up even to one of these things, it is going to completely fuck up all of your progress. Number 1, a bad truth is better than a convenient lie. We only lie when we are afraid, when we're afraid that telling the truth will lead to a negative outcome. So for example, let's say that you cheat on your girlfriends. Now you have a decision to make. Do you tell her the truth and risk that she breaks up with you? Or do you lie to her and hope that she never finds out and that everything stays smooth sailing? And of course, you're never gonna do it again, right? Now, I've never cheated, but I did want to lie to someone recently because my friend asked me if I could go on his friend's new podcast. And I wanted to lie and say, I'm a bit busy now, but maybe next month, when the reality is I don't want to do this guy's podcast. I'm never gonna do it. I don't know him, but I didn't want to be a dick and make things awkward. So what I did was, I told him the truth anyway. I said, look, I really don't feel like doing your friend's podcast if I'm being honest. Because here's the thing, when you lie to someone, now going forward into the future, you have to keep up this false reality. You're always gonna be afraid that your girlfriend's gonna find out. That's gonna give you this level of anxiety. I'm always gonna be, waiting for the next month for this guy to hit me up again and be like, how about this month? Can you come on my podcast now? Lying to someone will always rob you of your peace of mind. It's better to lose the girl or lose the friend, but it happens because of something that's true and that's real. You'll never regret that. Number 2, problems are a feature, not a bug. So, question for you, bro. Right now in your life, what is stressing you out? Maybe for you, it's your finances, or maybe you have this weird family situation going on you have to deal with. You have a health issue you're going through, or you're getting sick and tired of getting no attention from females. For me right now, I'm just feeling overwhelmed, bro. We just moved back internationally to the States, and we've had some travels since then. I've had so much work pile up that I'm trying to get through this week, and every day I just wake up feeling like I'm fucking drowning. And in these moments of weakness, we allow the stress to consume us, and we start telling ourselves that if I could just have a girlfriend, if I could just have enough money to stop worrying, if I could just have all this work done this week, then I could finally be happy and relax. Stop lying to yourself, bro. That is not how life works. Your life is literally never, ever, ever going to be free of problems. And guess what? And this might fuck with you a little bit, but the more that you try and do, the more that you're gonna expose yourself to more problems. Right now, if you're single and you're just working a job for someone else, guess what? You have relatively low problems in your life versus if you're dating a girlfriend and you're running your own business, that's a lot more exposure for shit to go wrong. Now your girl is bitching at you because you're working too hard and not giving her enough attention, and you're working so hard because you had to fire someone who completely fucked up and lost your company $20,000 last week. I'm not trying to stress you out, bro. The point is that you need to start to look at your problems as challenges. Like a video game, whatever's in front of you right now, that's your current challenge. Once you beat that, you're just gonna get to the next level and face the next challenge. Number 3, confidence is not in your head. Right now, it is literally impossible for me not to feel confident. And I'm not saying that to be cocky, like I'm the shit, man. I'm always confident. I'm saying that because over the last 10 years, I've built up the proof. I've built this YouTube channel from 0 subscribers to over 1.6 million. That was hard. I didn't think I could do that shit. I went from being a lonely, pathetic simp to dating hundreds of women and finally marrying my dream girl, despite having to go through a bunch of fucking rejection and embarrassing things. I've built 3 businesses from 0 to over 7 figures per year, and the 4th one's almost there too. So now it's not about hyping myself up. I'm confident. I'm the shit. I've just proven to myself time and time again that I can do things that I didn't think were possible to do. And that's how real confidence comes. And this means that you must get started right now before you feel ready. Because if you're waiting to feel confident before you start approaching girls, or you're waiting till you feel prepared before you start that first side hustle, guess what? That moment's not gonna come because you haven't done these things. You haven't conquered these challenges yet. You are going to doubt yourself. You're going to overthink every fucking step you have to take. Do it anyway. The confidence will come later. Number 4, the fastest decision maker wins. So if you think about it, life is really just a series of decisions that you make, one after the next. And this means that if you get stuck on a certain decision, you're postponing your life. You're postponing your growth. So for example, last week I was talking to the Beast Nation guys, and one of them is facing this huge life decision, and he's been putting it off for months, unable to pull the trigger. On one hand, he could choose to start pursuing his passion for making music and do that when he gets home from work. Or on the other hand, he could take that time and put it towards getting the next certification he needs to get his next promotion at work. But he doesn't have time for both. Now, obviously, if he pursues making music, he's not going to make more money, but he's going to be able to enjoy his time doing something that he loves. If he goes for the promotion, it's not going to be as fun, but he is going to make more money sooner. But if he continues to sit on the fence and do nothing, well, he's not making more money, and he's also not pursuing his passion. It's a lose-lose. So next time you're facing a tough decision, realize that it's a tough decision by definition because both options have value. There's no wrong answer. The only way you fail is by not committing to a decision in the first place. Number 5, alone, you are fucked. Fucked, bro. Fucked. So I want to share something with you, and that is that in my life, I have never faced a single fear. I've never confronted something that I'm deeply afraid of, until I found another man who was also working towards that same outcome. You know, with women, I wanted to start talking to girls and putting myself out there for years, bro. For years, I was afraid to do it. I only did it once I realized that my cousin Matt, who y'all have seen in the videos, he was also working towards the same fear. Then we'd start going out together, starting conversations with girls, and everything went up from there.
Say Beastly!
I couldn't do it alone. With YouTube, I wanted to do YouTube for years, but I was so afraid to put my face out there, have other people judge me. It was going to be so embarrassing. I only took the leap of faith and started uploading once I met the big homie Dave, and he was also looking to start putting his content out there for the world. Before that, I was too afraid. I didn't have the courage to do it on my own. Like, humans are weak, bro. You're always going to find another reason to procrastinate and put off facing your fear. And that means you're never, ever going to change your financial situation or your dating situation or your body until you surround yourself with like-minded men who are working towards those same outcomes. And that is literally why I created Beast Nation. Beast Nation allows you to instantly tap into a tribe of like-minded men who are all pushing each other and working together to keep leveling up.
He literally accelerated my progress, my growth as a man by a decade.
I even met my newest business partner who joined my team through the Beast Nation.
Dave really cares about our success. I feel like it's like way undercharged because he's just providing so much value.
It took me 2 years to even get to know some people like-minded in this field. And with Beast Nation, you get to know the first people after a few days.
There's an interactive map that allows you to quickly find other guys in your city. There's a private Discord server so you can instantly give feedback on any situation you're facing in your dating life or with your side hustle, for example. You get to directly speak with myself on the weekly live coaching calls so I can give you feedback as well. And we even have step-by-step modules to help you launch your first side hustle, master your dating life, and more. So if you're ready to get to the next level, just click that first link in description or go to thebeastnation.com to learn more, see more testimonials, and join up now. Number 6, do not be too cool to date. So I get it. You're red-pilled. You're focusing on yourself, king. You're just stacking your cash up. You're getting jacked. You're not worried about women. Women are a fucking distraction. Once you level up, they're just going to come to you anyway, right? All right, okay. So imagine this. You have 10 million in your bank account. You have a shredded six-pack, and you still have not put yourself out there with women yet. You're still waiting for them to come to you. Guess what, bro? If you're still not able to make the move on the girl, confidently start the conversation, ask her out, and lead things forward, all that fucking money in your bank and that shredded six-pack abs, it's not going to do it for you. The females are still not going to make the move on you. You still have to learn how to do that. Like, bro, I worked on my dating life before I had any money, before I had any clout, and I do not regret it. In fact, it was a crucial part of my success because it taught me to face failure and rejection like a fucking G. And guess what? I also had some amazing experiences and relationships with girls back then, some memories that I'm not going to forget. It was enjoyable too. Number 7, contribution breaks the curse. All right, so speaking of women, let me ask you a question. Right now, if your dating life is not at the level that you want it to be, do you think that A, you should just think about how bad it is and complain about it? B, maybe watch some YouTube videos about it? C, put it off until you feel ready? Because I did all 3 of these things for years, bro. and nothing changed. I was just miserably alone and single and really aware of the fact that I couldn't get girls. Things only started to improve when I started to actually start conversations with women and then actually ask them if they wanted to hang out and actually set up the date. I was actually swiping on dating apps. Contribution breaks the curse. Whatever thing you feel like right now is this big problem, this big curse, how can you contribute to it more and more and more? If financially you're broke right now, well, what more can you do? Can you get a second job? Can you start a side hustle? Can you take a course online to learn a programming language so you have a new skill to get a better job? Can you talk to your boss and ask him what needs to be done so you can get the next promotion and the next raise? All of these are viable options. What more can you do? Stop focusing on the fucking curse and start focusing more on how you can contribute more. Number 8, women are just the icing. I used to always know that once I had a girlfriend, then my life would be so much better because I'd have someone to come home with and spend time with and have sex with and kiss and go out on dates with and, go to the corner store with. It would just be so amazing to share my life with someone else. And I was wrong about that. If you picture your life being this cake, the main ingredients, the eggs, the butter, the flour, those things are your career, your fitness routine, your habits, your mindset. Women and your relationships with women, they are literally just the icing, the nice, pretty design on the top of the cake. I don't need a woman in my life to be happy. I can still wake up, go to the gym, grind on my businesses, hang out with some friends, watch a little Netflix to end the day, and that's fucking awesome. Yes, I'm a married man now, and I fully acknowledge that the right woman can add value to your life, but it's just the icing on the cake. Don't make it the main ingredient. Number 9, almost out of fingers. Failure is not failure. So my biggest failure in my dating life was probably my first girlfriend. After losing my virginity at 21 years old and getting my first girlfriend at like 24 years old, after a year, she broke up with me. And I was devastated. I felt like the only girl who ever loved me was gone. And that only happened once in 24 years. So what was the likelihood of that happening again? It wasn't gonna happen again. That's a big failure, right? One of my biggest financial failures was investing, upwards of $1 million into the stock market towards the end of 2021, right when it had peaked and before it dropped like 25%. That hurt. That was a lot of numbers in my bank account that went down. So the interesting thing about these failures is that they were not failures at all. They were actually catalysts for some of the biggest growth periods in my entire life. After losing that first girlfriend and having that validation, that love stripped away from me, it was a painful fire, but I lit this fire under my ass to make sure that it was no longer luck that I would have another girl in my life. I put my head down and got to work. That's just before this YouTube channel took the fuck off, before I got in the best shape of my life. After I lost all that money in the stock market, well, I had to completely reevaluate how I was investing. And I knew about dollar cost averaging, but now I knew about dollar cost averaging and I was never gonna make that mistake again. The only failure in life is not trying in the first place. If you're waiting on the sidelines now, waiting for the right moment to hop in, you're failing. That's a failure. Putting yourself out there, going for it with your dating life, going for it with your side hustle for your career, and falling on your face, that's not failure. That's growth. Number 10, officially out of fingers, testosterone is the daddy. All of you know that testosterone is the key male hormone, and it's responsible for us being able to build muscle and lose fat and have a sex drive and feel motivated and have energy. When we don't have a healthy level of testosterone, we feel like shit and we move like shit. And that is why it is critical to do everything in your power to optimize your testosterone levels. And the number one biggest thing that you can do, as boring as this is to optimize your sleep. They've done studies that show if you're sleep deprived for just a few days, your T levels can drop by 15%. So if you're not getting 8 hours of quality sleep per night, what the fuck are you doing, bro? The simplest hack is just to go to bed earlier. If you're waking up at 7 a.m. every day, you can't go to bed at 1 a.m. The math doesn't fucking add up. You're screwing yourself. Now, of course, diets and supplementation can also make a big impact, and that is why we developed this greens plus testosterone powder. It's a daily greens powder with a bunch of organic greens in there, which is just amazing for your overall health, but it also has ashwagandha and tonga ali extract, which are the two most proven clinically natural compounds that boost T levels. It's just a no-brainer supplement for men. If you're interested in trying it out, I'll throw a discount code on the screen, link in description to get your greens plus test today. Number 11, easy looks maxing. So when it comes to making yourself a more attractive man, obviously if you have more money, that's gonna make you a lot more attractive to women, but that can take some years to build up. Obviously, building muscle and shredding down, that can make you a lot more attractive. But again, that's gonna take you 2-3 years to get there. That being said, there's 2 things that you can do literally today in the next couple hours that can make you go from, a 6 to an 8. Easy. Number 1 is optimizing your hairstyle. In the past, I've had different haircuts that definitely didn't match my face shape and my type of hair, and that made me uglier objectively. So what I'd recommend doing is taking a look at Google Maps for barbers in your area and then scroll through the reviews and the photos until you find one who not only has good reviews, but you can tell from the photos that he's actually an expert level barber who can manage a variety of different hairstyles. He doesn't just give you like the copy and paste fade. Then make an appointment and go talk to him and see what he recommends. Like my current hairstyle, I'm not saying it's amazing, but it's a lot better than it used to be, and I didn't think of this. A barber recommended it. And number 2, update your wardrobe. I'm no style guru, but I understand that getting clothes that fit my body well, not too baggy, not too tight, and just have simple, neutral color patterns, that is a timeless, classic, masculine look. Like, go through your current wardrobe, throw out the shit that doesn't look that good. If you're in Beast Nation, post up some selfies in the Discord community, and I can give you feedback myself, and then select a few versatile pants and t-shirts so that you look good when you go outside. Number 12, ego is the enemy. So I've realized that in the past, basically all the weakness that I had and all the bad decisions I made were because of my ego. We tend to get so obsessed with this image and this idea of who we are, and we don't want there to be any chinks in our armor. We don't want there to be any weaknesses that other people can see. That's why for years I was afraid to go on YouTube, because I thought other people were going to judge me for it. That's probably why you're still not out there approaching girls, because if a girl rejects you, well, now in your head you have to come to terms with this concept, this idea that maybe I'm not attractive to girls, and it's more comfortable just not even to confront that and to maintain the safe image in your head that you're still this top G when really you ain't shit. Like, at the end of the day, we're all humans. We're all imperfect. We're all flawed. No one's figured it out. If someone's pretending like they figured it out, well, they're just fucking pretending. I don't have all the answers, bro. These are just laws that I've learned from all the stupid things that I've done. You must separate yourself from your ego. You have to be okay with knowing that a girl's not interested in you because you're too short, because you don't have enough money, or because you're just not her type. You have to be okay with that. You have to be okay, putting yourself out there on the internet if that's something you want to do, and know that there's going to be 20,000 people who think you're a complete loser. I just know that when I started focusing on the actions that I'm taking and the things I'm building instead of how other people perceive me, everything started going in my direction, man. Number 13, fuck yes or no. So, question for those of y'all who have a girlfriend. Right now, is that relationship, is it adding to your life or is it subtracting to your life? Because maybe you have sex and that's great, but maybe she bickers at you all day and that's not so great. Maybe you guys get to watch movies together at night and that's great, but maybe she has some toxic traits that constantly give you anxiety and you're always worried about the relationship and worried that maybe she's gonna break up with you. If it is not a clear W, then what are you doing, bro? We already talked about the cake. You can have an amazing cake on your own. Why are you gonna take some icing that's expired and starting to rot the rest of the cake that otherwise would have been perfectly good? I get that being alone is scary. My second girlfriend, it was a toxic relationship that I stayed in for way too long because I didn't want to be single. You have to be strong, bro, and you have to be honest with yourself. If you're dating a girl and it's not a fuck yes, then it's a no. If it's not clearly adding value to your life and making things easier for you, you know what to do. Number 14, saying no is actually saying yes. So tell me if you can relate to this situation. It's Friday, about 5 p.m. You're at the gym getting your lift in, excited to go home, have a big dinner, wind down for the night so you're ready to crush the weekend and get after your goals. Then you get a text from your buddy and he says, hey bro, you wanna come out with us tonight? Maybe they're going to the bars, maybe they're going to a party, and deep down, you don't really want to go because you know then you're going to sacrifice how you feel the next morning because you're probably going to drink, not get enough sleep. But then there's this FOMO because what if there's a cute girl you could talk to? And also, like, I don't want to say no to my friends. If I could hang out with my friends, that doesn't feel right. What you have to realize is that sometimes by saying yes to other people, that means that you're saying no to working on your goals because you're allocating time that you should be working on your side hustle or your fitness grind or whatever it is. And instead of doing that, you're just doing something to make someone else happy. And even beyond that, in order to grow this YouTube channel to 1.6 million subscribers, at first I had to say no to doing a podcast. I had to say no to working on my Instagram because those were other projects that were gonna take away from my main priority, which was YouTube. Saying no is a powerful weapon. And a lot of times by saying no to these side quests or these fun social opportunities, really what you're doing is saying yes to your main goal. Number 15, failing to plan. Question for you. What are 3 things that you need to get done today in order to move things to the next level in your life? And if you're not really sure off the top of your head, or you can't quickly look at your phone and know, then you're already fucked. You've already lost. Like, the human brain it's not that effective, bro. If you're just relying on yourself to think of the right thing to do when the time comes, or to remember the right thing at the right moment, it's not gonna happen. That's not how it works. Like, we're constantly searching for excuses to be lazy and watch some more YouTube videos instead of getting to work, or jerking off to porn instead of going to the gym. Your brain will always be searching for the next dopamine hit. Now, a bare minimum to avoiding this and to giving yourself some structure is to make a list on your phone of the next action steps that you need to complete. Like, every morning I wake up, I don't think, I just look at my phone and I start operating. I know it needs to be done. And if during the day I think of something that, oh shit, I got to make sure I do that at some point, even if it's as simple as, contacting the pool builders about something basic, I write it down on that list of things to do, and it doesn't get forgotten, and it always gets done. And that's how I always move things forward. And those are the 15 laws of self-improvement. If you're serious about getting to that next level in life, then you need to watch this video next. It's about why your insecurities are actually a superpower and how to use them to your advantage. Click there to watch that now. If you're new to the channel, click down there to subscribe, as I release 2 new videos every single week. You don't want to miss them. I'll talk to you in the next video, bro. Stay beastly.